honest opinion. You ask me, can this new captain promise you a life of prizes, plunder, and adventure? Aye. For amongst all the gentlemen of fortune sailing these West Indies, he ranks amongst the most clever. There was a time when I thought myself the deadliest scourge of these seas. But this man is a fearsome dog that feeds off trouble and turmoil. I seen him clear the deck of a Spanish galleon like it were nothing. Fighting like a devil, dressed as a man. And he's a canny one. Knows his way round every crag and crevice of these islands. So if it's fortune and adventure you seek, then Captain Edward Kenway's your man. Only, don't meddle in his private affairs. For there's more mystery to that man than even I dare ask.
Right, hello and welcome to this review. Assassin's Creed Black Flag, as you might have guessed. I am here with my good old friend Mysterious Voice, who apparently is taken to being a mute. And we're here to review, well, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, if you hadn't have guessed by that small trailer that I decided to say, bugger it, I'll show you, like I did with my last review. Okay, I'm basically going to be here to bore you for about 20 minutes about the features and what I like about the game, and as usual, my rating of this game. Okay, frankly at the moment I'm under pressure from several people at my college about this game, saying that, oh, this is the best game and that I should, you know, review it and all that sort of thing, and say that it's a brilliant game, and I've got to make sure that I don't go into a legendary battle without meaning to. I have no idea where it is. Okay. I'm going the wrong. Hang on.
Have you actually ever completed any of the legendary battles?
No, I have not. I'm not going to try today because, frankly, all I want to do is explain the features and all that. And at the moment, losing a legendary battle is not one of the things I want to explain, because then it will make me look like an idiot in front of most of my friends at college.
Is it fully upgraded? I'm asking you
no.
questions I do not know the answer.
No, not at all. Harpooning is okay. For the audience's benefit, basically in this game you have three types of upgrades. You've got your Jackdaw upgrades and Edward's upgrades. As you can see, I haven't. Basically, what I was going to say is I've got all of his weapons and I've fully upgraded him. As a matter of fact, I haven't. Just checking. On the other hand, for the Jackdaw, I've got completely upgraded storage space, so you know I can hold as much as I want, and I can do harpooning reasonably well. However, with my weapons and armor, it's not up to scratch for taking down something like a legendary ship, which I will go on further to explain later. Ooh, a storm. Okay, one of the brilliant things about playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag is the fact that the environment when you sail changes dramatically. Also, when you dock with an island, the features stay the same. For example, hang on. Apparently I'm trying to leave the area, but you know how it is. Right, since we're nearby one as it is, we'll go and explore a wreck, as it were. And I'll try to explain some other things as I go along doing that. And maybe I might pass along to my mate just to give you a bit of a varied opinion of the game. But yeah, at the moment, pretty much doing the free roam sailing thing, which is quite a large map. I'll show you in a second once... Actually, I can show you now.
Quite a large map. I think that's an understatement of the year.
Mysterious voice is quite right about that, but yeah, that's the map. Pretty much.
Then again, if you're thinking of Just Cause 2, that's got a bigger map. But for an Assassin's Creed game,
yeah, this is huge. Right now, I'm this little speck here, and in comparison, I'm just quite titchy compared to everything else on here. So yeah. Yeah, as you go along in the game, as you upgrade your ship and all that sort of thing, you discover, well, that sort of thing really is a man of war going against a small schooner. Pretty much all ships go up at least there's 5 ranks of ship that you can come across. You can come across gunboats, schooners, man of war, no, not man of wars, brigs, frigates, then man of wars. At the moment, I thought I was driving a frigate, but it turns out they're a lot bigger than what I'm driving, and I'm driving a schooner.
I really like your sails, they're really black.
Also, just a quick note before I continue with the review. Yeah, if you're noticing some weird glitches going on the screen, I don't know why that is. It's just at the moment on the TV screen, I'm seeing things perfectly normal, whereas on the computer screen, I'm seeing a lot of fuzzy. I don't know why, it's just happening and there's nothing I can really do about it, so bear with me. Right, back to the review. As you go further south on the map, you come across harder and harder enemies to defeat, which adds its own challenge and makes the game extremely fun to play. As Mysterious Voice will agree with me that, you know, the depth.
I will agree, I will agree. I feel like a douchebag.
Okay, that's a great idea for me to go searching this particular wreck because the innuendos are going to be quite funny. If you would look, Mysterious Voice, I'm going to show you the name of this particular wreck.
Please do. Which hole is that exactly?
The blue one, remember? It just said.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Well, obviously the blue one, but what? Which one?
I'm not going to ask that question. I don't know why anyone would call a wreck the blue hole, but yeah, let's just get on with it and see if I don't die. Okay, as one of the features of this game goes, you are allowed to search wrecks, as you can see I'm doing, and you could get killed by sharks, which is gonna happen if I don't move. Thank you. Right, this is pretty much unarmed. You can get into unarmed problems with this, where you end up accidentally swimming into a smuggler's den. And then they are not very happy with you because, hello, they're smugglers and you're sneaking upon their private quarters. Anyway, mumbling away there. As you go around the world, you're able to find treasure chests, treasure maps, anarus fragments, the usual shebang with Assassin's Creed. But whereas in the other games, this provides, I don't know, a bit more of a challenge than the others. Because in my butt. Okay. You ugly, horrid. Get off. Yeah. I've never done this one, so I may end up just swimming back to the surface because I've never been really good at these. Ah! So yeah, I'm just going to retreat back to the surface because that's where I'm most comfortable. Okay. What the three big towns in this one, unlike in most Assassin's Creed, are, pardon me, Nassau, Kingston, and Havana. Now, I think Kingston is controlled. Well, basically there are 3 factions. You've got pirates. You've got pirates, you've got British, and you've got Spanish. Pirates, you know, is the main force that you fight for, but other than that, there's not much else. The English are more your Ponzi git as usual in these games, and they control Kingston, and Havana's controlled by the Spanish, as they were in the Golden Age of Pirates. Now, in this game you play as Captain Edward Kenway, as you saw in the small little trailer at the beginning. Edward Kenway is, best way I could describe him, is a Welshman who decides that normal life isn't for him. So he goes out sailing, he leaves his wife in Wales, and he goes out sailing, privateering. He's not a pirate at first. Most people get them confused. Privateers and pirates are not the same thing. But eventually he falls into the line of pirates because he's a privateer, his ship is sunk, and, well, yeah, he's tempted by the life, and frankly, why not? Pirating's the best way to earn money in this world, so you might as well. And in the end, he discovers that there's this mystical thing called the observatory around. Not any spoilers, I'm not going to go into spoilers, but pretty much his entire adventure is fraught with misery, upset, and just a bit of pain added in. So pretty much your average story in these games. Now, pretty much the main course of this game is to collect everything, so it's a collectathon. No, but that's not my problem. It's got some good combat in it, and yeah, the naval combat, I have to say, impressed me massively, that I still rave. This is, I'm still raving about this, and it's 2013, but most of my mates at college also do the same, because frankly, it's Assassin's Creed Pirates, for God's sake. Who doesn't love a good pirate? Jack Sparrow any day. But apparently the music isn't coming on, so you can't hear that. But I might put some on the credits, because Mysterious Voice might have that somewhere lying around as a CD somewhere. And that's the Man of War down. Okay, now here's my favourite bit. Is usually the man-to-man combat. It's not the naval combat. Yeah, sure, that's fun and everything, but once you become as powerful as I have, it tends to not really matter much. I'm going to attack the ship. Now, every single time you attack a ship, you're given it at least an objective to do. Most of the time it's just kill the enemy crew, and it's only a certain amount of people you have to kill. But in this case I have to kill the 3 powder reserves on the deck and kill the 2 officers. They've added a sort of free aiming mechanic to this game now, which I'm not entirely fond of, because it almost feels like it's going to go into a first-person shooter game one day. But if that's the way they're going to go, I'm going to give them a chance and see if they can pull it off. If they can't pull it off, I'm not going to be very happy with them, to be frankly honest. Because they went along the lines of pretty much every other company has at some point in the future. I mean, even Bethesda did it once. Are doing it. What am I saying? Not doing it. They fucking are doing it, and they still are. Right, here we go. Some good old music. I'll be quiet now so you can hear it. As I was saying, is basically, okay, after you've beaten your crew of miscreants, or British people, you are pretty much allowed to do whatever you want with the ship. In this case, I'm allowed to repair the jackdaw, by destroying this ship, which will raise my bounty. I can lower my wanted level, which will lower my bounty. Or I can set it to Camo's feet, which will do neither. So I'm going to destroy it because I'm fighting a frigate also. And this is only one of the activities you can do. You can destroy forts, you can... I mean, well, I'm going to quickly pop onto the multiplayer, but I'm not going to quickly actually do the multiplayer because I'm not online at the moment on the PlayStation. So it's kind of pointless me even trying that. And looks like a flipping...
To be honest with you, multiplayer is pretty much the same as
Yeah.
the previous.
Yeah, I'm not even going to explain it, because frankly, all it is you go out and then you assassinate everyone, and that's that, job done, game over. And frankly, it's not really much of an improvement on Brotherhood,
Or 3.
yeah, Brotherhood 3 and Revelations. It's exactly the same.
Sounds like rough.
So yeah, as you go along in the game, you get more weapons, you get more clothes, you get more cool stuff, and you get to keep people off ships. Ha ha ha. I'm an arsehole. FYI. Okay. Another thing I love about this game is the fact that, well, yeah, the view. I absolutely love it. This is the one game that has inspired me to create something piratey sometime in the future, or a lot of things that are piratey in the future. Frankly, don't care how many things. Pirating is the fucking life for me. If I was in the old days, I would jump on a ship as fast as possible, because that's how I would be. Because this is fucking epic. Of course, the music wouldn't be there to back me up, but fuck it, I don't care. It's awesome. The game is just bloody bliss when you're playing it. And I mean, when you're fighting, you know, on an enemy ship like this, you feel like you're in a Assassin's Creed, no, not Assassin's Creed film, with Pirates of the Caribbean film. Because of the flipping. How many times can I say the word flipping? A lot. Because that's how I feel about this game, because it is amazing. Right. There are many types of weapons and swords you can get. You can craft items. I mean, you can craft armor, extra hilts, better poisons, and all that whatnot. The stealth sections on this game are amazing. The parkour is definitely better than in the other games, I have to be said. The main character is better than the last one. Who, yes, I'm sorry to say this, yes, many of you may disagree with me, many of you may agree with me, but the fact of the matter is, Connor was a whiny little pussy. To be frankly honest, he was. He was whiny, he was bitchy, and the one thing I didn't like about him is that he didn't even fight against it. All the other assassins have fought against it. Shay was an assassin, stopped being assassin. Edward never wanted to be an assassin in the first place, ended up getting forced into it. Connor joins his own fruition. Ezio did not want to be an assassin, he wanted to just keep his family safe. And in the end, got forced into it. And last but not least, you've got Altair. He rebelled against the Order itself. So, yeah, rebelling against the Order is Assassin's Creed forte. If the character just agrees to it and gets on with it, it's boring. You want to see the character struggle against the Order, in some way, shape or form. If the character just sets out to join them, it's boring.
Edward doesn't become an assassin until pretty much
Yeah,
near the end of
it's
the game.
literally the last sequence he joins. Right, at the moment, most people got annoyed with this part of the game, because apparently it encouraged people to, you know, hunt whale sharks, whale. But the problem is, though, is that it doesn't. It doesn't. If I was told to do this for a living, I'd tell people to fuck off, because there ain't no way in hell am I doing this for a living. Yes, I'm going to stab a great white in the fucking side and get killed for my work. Not happening. You can piss right off. So how the hell this encourages people to go whaling, I have not a clue. And also, it's a bloody game. Get used to it. Games do this. And it snapped and I suck. It's a little lower than I think he is. No, he's not. No, he's not straight ahead, he's moving.
Secure the road!
Easy. No. Now, the reason why I like Kedwood is he almost seems James Bondish. I don't know why, he just does. Oh, for God's sake, he's still not dead? Okay, as I was saying, you can simply upgrade your ship with loads of other things. But if I quickly get off the wheel of the ship, and I go into my quarters, I can show you a few things, which will kind of put what I'm trying to say in image, so then of course it explains it a lot better. Okay. Here we are in the captain's quarters, where you can do one of three things. You can access the fleet, which I won't be able to do, unfortunately, because I'm offline. But basically what that allows you to do is send out ships that you've captured in the game, and send them on trading missions, and you can gain loads of cool stuff from it. For example, Scottish broadswords and the like. In the weird little bit where there's a coat hanging and it's glowing randomly, is basically where you can keep all your swords, all your pistol sets. I mean, there are a few cool looking guns in this. My favourite being, I think, Captain Drake's swords, but I don't really use them. You got a few outfits. One of my old favourites when I was just playing without any DLCs was the brown cloak, because frankly it was just awesome running around with that. I've also managed to get hold of some of the other extra outfits that you can unlock. So for example, the Templar armour, which you have to get by killing Templars and stealing their keys, 5 of which. This one you have to get by completing all the half of the Assassin's contracts. This you have to gain all the main stela, which is pretty much made out of the same thing. The ring is made out of the same material you find in Assassin's Creed 3, which is a small ring that you unlock after completing all the pirate missions. And this pretty much deflects like 1% of all bullets, pretty much. This is my favourite uniform. Hello, it's got a big hat. And it turns out, I love this suit because it doesn't look as scrappy as I thought it did. And if you've played the other games, you can dress up as your favourite assassin once more. I tend not to use these because they just don't work in my mind with Edward. I don't think he'd ever actually wear these. If we go... So yeah, that's the pirate's cabin. Not much to see in there. Right. As I was saying, this story is, I would have to say, a tragedy, but also a bit of a triumphant story, in a way. I can't explain it any other way. All it is that the pirates are there trying to convince Blackbeard to come back to Nassau to help out with the problem, and he disagrees. He doesn't want to go back. He's made good of, well, he's not made good of himself. He doesn't want to do what he does anymore. He doesn't want to be a pirate. He's fed up of it all. This game has, what is it, a quality that most games don't have anymore. That's why I love the Assassin's Creed franchise, because they still maintain that ability. And that ability is the fact that they can tell a story and weave it so well that, you know, you almost believe it. I mean, sometimes I have trouble maintaining the difference between history and Assassin's Creed because of the ability with which it's told. If it was told any other way, it would be absolutely rubbish. But since it's told in the way it is, as you can see, it's almost quite involving, as it were, and quite, yeah, you can imagine what it's like by just watching what's going on here. Right. As you can see, these people have executed some sort of plan to destroy the pirates in this small cove.
What the devil?
And as you can see, it will pretty much succeed, sadly. But yeah, this is where all the excitement from this game comes into play and comes strong, and apparently I can't get off a small pole. Great. But the main benefit of this is the fact that you've got Blackbeard shouting in your ear, ranting and becoming an evil, raging lunatic. But the fact is you know he's a harmless bee. and only because, frankly, he's just trying to put on a face that scares the enemy, and that's kind of why I like it, because the fact of the matter, it portrays Blackbeard in a different light. He's not evil. He's just a guy trying to make his living, and the way he makes his living is through theatre. Makes it scary. Tries to scare the living shit out of someone just to get a point across. And frankly, that's the way I like the Blackbeard. Because, no, he wasn't a black magic user at all. He was just a mere man who knew how to use theatre to his advantage. But the one, like, I'm going to almost wrap this up in this battle, because I'm running out. I'm sorry to say this, but this review, I'm running out of things to say quite quickly. I'll let Mysterious Voice have a say after, once I've quickly finished up what I'm saying. The way, like, the story, brilliant, well thought out. It makes sense. The people who did, the research for it all, obviously had to do a lot of research to get a lot of the details right. I mean, if they hadn't got most of the details right, this wouldn't have made twice. It wouldn't have been the game it is now, and it is an amazing game. Apparently, I can't shoot. The controls are a bliss. I mean, even that, you just heard him. Come at me, he says. That is the fucking attitude I want to hear from a pirate in any battle. Doesn't matter if he's going to die or he's going to live. And frankly, this is one of the best fights I've on this game, story-wise. Okay, combat, yeah, it could be a little bit less button mashy, but frankly, I'm not one who's against button mashing. I don't think it's wrong at all. I don't see why it's a wrong thing. It's fun, it's easy to complete. I mean, if it was something stupid like, I don't know, where you have to make sure that you press your buttons at the exact same time, so a quick time event, so pretty much what everyone doesn't like. I don't know why people have got such a bad thing against button mashing. You either button mash or you quick time event. Make your mind up, because either way it's going to happen. So yes, I like the controls, but as I said, they could be better. Because it could be less of the counter-attack kills than anything else. Now, I'm going to shut up for a second.
In a world without gold, we might have been heroes! Devil curse me. There's the jackdaw.
So yeah, the controls amazing, the scenery brilliant. I mean, the graphics are absolutely bliss. I mean, even in this bit, the flipping soundtrack fits so well. I mean, if it wasn't this soundtrack for this section, I would be disappointed, because it's a sad moment. The most powerfulest of all the pirates has been killed, and you have no choice but to run away. No choice, because if you stay, you're going to die. So the atmosphere of this game is amazing. The story is brilliant. I mean the gameplay, the controls of it make you feel so immersed in the world that it's just completely amazing. I can't say any other word because it is that amazing, because I can't think of any better word to describe it. It's sad, it's happy, it's strong in the right places, it works so well. So when people judge it on Assassin's Creed 3, it winds me up to no end, because that is a that is a game, that does not, this game, okay, I'm going to put the controller down because frankly this is where I need to talk. In this game, you have all these emotions, all this stuff. Now the problem is that most people say that Assassin's Creed died with Assassin's Creed 3. I don't think that. I think they got stronger after Assassin's Creed 3 because they saw what they did wrong and they fixed it. They brought this game out and they showed us that they could bring it all back. People who go, no, Assassin's Creed 4 will suck, deserve to rot in damnation, as freaking Edward pretty much said just a second ago. Because the fact of the matter is they're not seeing this ultimate story, because this is a story of comrades, this is the story of, good over evil, this is a story of, pretty much, if it doesn't hit you all that sort of thing, it's, putting the middle finger to the man. I mean, this character, Edward Kenway, puts his finger up to so many of the empires and factions in this game that it's unbelievable. He puts them up to the privateers, he puts them up to the English, the Templars, the Assassins, the Spanish. He even sometimes puts it up to the pirates. There is not one person in this entire game he does not put his middle finger to. I mean, he even tells, even when asked his name in one of the opening sequences, he calls himself Captain Piss Off because he's that defiant. Because he doesn't give a shit. Now, them people basing it off of Connor, I'm sorry, Connor does not fucking deserve to have any sort of judgment over this game. If he did, I'm sorry, if he'd had any judgment, if you have not played this game, I don't care, just the naval battles, if you have not played this game because you played Assassin's Creed 3 and you were disappointed, I'm sorry, if you're using that as an excuse, you can piss off for all my... This game is one of the best Assassin's Creed came out with. Yeah, sure. So, for example, well, I'm just going to wrap this up now. For this game, I give the storyline a 10 out of 10. I'm not beating about the bush for that. It's a 10 out of 10. I'm going to give the gameplay 9 out of 10 because yes, every now and again there's something that just doesn't add up. I mean, travel speed is too fast for a ship the size that we have. And the scenery. The scenery is amazing. 10 out of fucking 10. So I don't give a shit. This game deserves the 29 out of 30. This game deserves it. And if you don't think that, complain in the bloody comments section because guess what? I don't care. But I'm sorry to say this. If your opinions are Assassin's Creed 3 sucked, piss off. Play this game, find out for yourself. Because if you're getting it because, oh, Assassin's Creed 3 sucked, you know nothing. You don't know what you're talking about until you've played this game. Mysterious Voice, my rant is over. Is there anything you want to say about this game?
I won't rant. It is the best Assassin's Creed game what has been made, along with Rogue, I would think. And the only other thing I can say is that I hope the newest Assassin's Creed game, Syndicate's going to be as good as this, because Assassin's Creed Unity, I'm not going to lie, was pretty shit. That's all I've got to say really. Assassin's Creed 4 and Rogue, they were the best.
This is MockPetDBS and Mysterious Voice saying bye-bye and good night.